Well, good morning, Internet. Just wanted to do some impressions on the Sony A7RII. We rented 2 of these and a few lenses, and so throughout the day today we're going to be talking about what we think. My wife Erin and I are we're wedding photographers and cinematographers in Phoenix. We do photo and video at the same time, so it's really important that for us the equipment works for both of those really well, and that we can just flip a switch on the back and get gorgeous results no matter what we're shooting. It needs to be easy to use, and it needs to not have weird, technical things that happen that let us not have control over what we're actually shooting. We usually shoot everything in full manual with, in Kelvin, so we try not to use really any automatic settings. So a camera like this, where things can get really automatic really fast, is a little bit scary, so that's what we're going to try and explore throughout the day. Do you have anything else that you want to say? No? You're good? Okay. So first things first, let's just go over the camera itself. We've added the battery grip just because that makes it so my hand actually fits on this thing. It is so small without this grip. I'd feel like I was not holding a toy, but it's super small. If you're used to a Canon or a Nikon, my hand, which I don't have like gigantic hands. I'm not 8 feet tall. My hand's going off the bottom of this. That would feel a little bit weird for me to hold for a wedding day, for 12 or 13 hours. So we got the grip not only for the extra battery life, but also just for being comfortable throughout the day. I think that'll add a lot. So grip is on there. It's the actual Sony one, and the batteries that we got are all Sony as well, so we're not using any off-brand stuff. So throughout the day, if we run out of battery, it's the actual Sony batteries. We're not using off-brand. Just wanted to keep the test clean and everything. So
I will say I do really like the body style because it reminds me of like an old film camera as opposed to like the newer SLRs.
Yeah.
I like how they have like the little metal hinges where the straps go. I just think it's cool. That's all.
Yeah, no, it kind of looks like it's like a Leica or something like that.
Yeah, like an old school Olympus or like a camera.
Yeah, it's cool. Except those didn't have these fancy screens that pop out the back. As a video guy, I've always tried to avoid these pop-out screens because it just seems like on a film day, if you're not careful or you have an assistant or an intern or something, that's the kind of thing that could just get bent or broken. So that's a little bit concerning for me. I will probably rarely, if ever, actually pop that screen out. Maybe at a reception, when I'm doing the whole over the head of everybody on the dance floor, I might do something like this so I can see a little bit better. But for the most part, that pop out screen scares me because that's the entire user interface. There's so much that goes on in the menus on this camera. If that screen broke, I'd be doing everything through that top viewfinder, which is actually interesting as well. You can do everything through just this, which is a little bit weird. If you're into,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can hold it up to your eye and do all the menus through just the eye viewfinder.
That's overwhelming to me.
It's a little bit trippy when you're in the menus, and sometimes I just leave it on the menu and I'm still looking out through the viewfinder just to see what I see, and then it freaks me out because the menu is sitting there in front of my face. So that's a little bit weird, but I get it. It totally works. It's an electronic viewfinder. Also, if you hear chaos, and confusion in the background, it's our kids playing upstairs. So, you know, they may or may not be breaking the house while we're downstairs. We'll see what's left. Anyway, build quality. Back to the build quality. It's a really solid camera. It feels really dense. Like there's a lot going on in this small little package. It's hefty. You can definitely tell that you're not dealing with a, you know, this isn't a little point and shoot. This is a legitimate, real, professional grade build. It feels really nice. It looks really cool. The couple of lenses that we rented. This is the 55 1.8. So seems pretty nice. You know, lenses are one of those.
You didn't say what kind it is, what brand.
Oh, this is an actual Zeiss lens, as far as I know.
No, it's the Sony.
Oh, this is the Sony. This is the Sony lens with the Zeiss elements and things. It does do autofocus. We didn't want to have too many things going on at one time, so we did rent all lenses that were autofocus. Remember to turn off the grip so that your hand doesn't push things while it's just sitting here. That's helpful. So we got that 55. We have this new 85. This is the Zeiss lens. This lens is really, really cool. There's no markings. I feel like I'm holding a stealth plane or something. Like it's just so sleek and black and smooth. It just feels like awesome in your hand. The top lights up with a little LED. It's an OLED display, I believe. So that's cool. So anyway, we'll be doing our tests with that 55, the 85 that I've got on here, and then we also have a 70-200 f4 Sony lens because we wanted to do some zoom, and then we also have the 30, the baby lens, the 35. Can you go get that? We call it the baby lens because, oh my goodness, it is so tiny. Let's check this thing out. So this is a 35mm lens, and no, this is the back. So let's put this on here. And yeah, that, you know, it's a really nice, like we shooting with it just a little bit yesterday, and it does a really nice job. You know, it looks good. It produces a pretty decent image. We'll do some more specific tests throughout the day, but this thing is tiny. You know, without that grip on it, this really becomes a powerhouse camera that you can just stick in your bag or your backpack, or, you know, even a cargo short pocket. Not that I condone cargo shorts. I hope that is passed, but seriously, it is a small little lens that again just looks really nice. It's the Sony version with the Zeiss elements, so you know you're getting good stuff. But yeah, I think that about does it for talking about build quality. Anybody have any questions or anything before we wrap it up? We're gonna go set up some styled shoot kind of things, maybe some still life stuff. If we can wrangle our kids, we'll probably do some testing on real life subjects, see how the autofocusing systems work. So that'll be up next, probably in about an hour, I would say. But in the meantime, if anybody has any questions, you know, feel free to hit us up on Twitter, or we'll be trying to post these up later on to YouTube. That might happen later today or sometime over the weekend. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.